Hollywood likes to sort of devalue black artists and black folk because you get super talented people at a discounted rate.
Back when Larenz Tate was a sitcom kid, he did have a lot of shows that didn't last. And I'm pretty sure at one point he felt like his career was not going in the direction it should. See, this is a testament that what is for you, and things happen in divine timing.
Real deal is we don't own any platform the way we should. There's a few black-owned platforms, but we don't have a lot of outlets. We don't have as many. So we are not sort of governing over these entities or these corporations.
You don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about, does following the ritual work? Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear.
Katt Williams has been screaming it for years. Hollywood ain't built for the real ones. It's the fake smiles, the puppets, and the gatekeepers who really eat good out there. But the ones who stay true, the ones with morals and integrity, they usually get pushed out the game. And if you listen to what Katt's been saying, that's exactly what went down with 90s icon Larenz Tate. Yeah, that Larenz Tate, the dude who had everybody shook in Menace II society, had hearts melting in Love Jones, and carried himself like royalty every time he hit the screen. He was giving pure talent and black excellence, no gimmicks. Then suddenly, poof, no scandals, no messy headlines, no drama, just silence. He stopped getting roles, stopped being seen, like Hollywood just erased him. But why would the industry ghost one of the most gifted black actors of his era? Katt didn't spill all the tea straight up, but he gave us enough to connect the dots. Word is, Larenz might have said nah to some of those shady behind-the-scenes rituals that help people climb the ladder. You know the ones, the quiet stuff folks don't talk about out loud. And when you won't play along in Hollywood, when you won't bow down and let them pull your strings, you're seen as a problem, and they ice you out. So now we gotta ask, what did Larenz dodge? What shady offers did he shut down without flinching? And why did Tinseltown shut the door on someone who had all the makings of a legend? Let's get into it.
Like when I was like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully.
Back in the 90s, Larenz Tate was that dude. You couldn't go anywhere without seeing his face lighting up the screen. He murdered his role in Menace II society, playing that wild, trigger-happy OG with no mercy, chilling and unforgettable. Then he flipped the script in Dead Presidents, playing a haunted soldier trying to survive after war.
And this young man has obviously forgotten some very fundamental things like decency and dedication and honor. Everything the Corps taught us. He is a disgrace to everyone that has ever put on that uniform, and I will not permit you or him to use the Vietnam War as a cop-out here.
Real emotion, real pain in his eyes. And who could forget Love Jones? Larenz had the ladies locked in as Darius Lovehall, the smooth-talking poet with swag and soul.
This is a little something I've been working on. It's new. I call it a blues for Nina.
Ooh.
Is that a smile me put on your face, child?
But Larenz wasn't just another movie star. He was ours. Black men looked up to him. Women couldn't get enough of him. He had it all. Talent, charisma, respect. And he carried himself with class. No drama, no headlines, no clout-chasing antics. He wasn't out here doing anything wild or making the culture look bad. He just pulled up, acted his heart out, and delivered every single time. Then, out of nowhere, silence. No scandal, no wild interview, no career-ending moment, just a slow fade. 1 second he was Hollywood's next big thing. Then boom, it's like someone hit mute on his whole career. And that's the part that still don't make sense. Usually, when stars disappear, there's some mess involved. Rehab, lawsuits, or a major mistake. But with Larenz, none of that happened. He's still been working here and there, but that spotlight he once owned, gone. And it ain't by accident. Rumor is, Larenz started rejecting roles that felt off, roles that played into stereotypes or tried to make him something he wasn't. Yup, that includes those infamous cross-dressing parts they try to push on black men in the industry. Seems like Katt Williams wasn't lying after all. Larenz wasn't going for the nonsense. He wanted roles that meant something, stories with depth, characters with purpose. But in Hollywood, when you start saying no too many times, they stop calling your phone. That's just how it goes. And let's be honest, the industry doesn't know what to do with a clean-cut, talented black man who knows his worth and doesn't need their approval. That kind of confidence makes them nervous. Hollywood's always had this unspoken limit, like only a certain number of respectable black men can shine at one time. They'll prop up one, hand him the big awards, give him the prestige gigs, and call it diversity. But behind the curtain, it's like the rest are boxed in, stuck playing the homie, the sidekick, or the same tired roles over and over. And while that's happening, the studios are still throwing stacks at actors to keep recycling urban trauma roles. Why? Because like Spike Lee once called out, Hollywood profits off black pain and dysfunction. It's what they're used to. It's familiar. It's non-threatening. And it keeps the power structure unbothered.
Until we get in the position of being gatekeepers, if we're not in the room, if we don't have a green light vote, it's not getting done. Somebody in the studio has to say, we're making it.
So every time there is, as you said, everybody's talking about this is now a new wave of black films. Do you think it's
hogwash?
Hogwash. You don't think it signals a big shift in consciousness? No.
Not buying it.
Not buying it.
Shenanigans.
But a strong black man who refuses to sell out, who stands on his principles, and won't trade his image for a check. Now that's dangerous to their system. That's someone the youth could look up to. That's someone who might start pulling back the curtain and speaking the truth. And they can't let that slide. So yeah, they gave us one Denzel, but even he had to be flawless. Always in control, always walking a tightrope. And let's be real, Larenz Tate didn't disappear because he wasn't talented enough. He disappeared because he refused to play their game. Larenz faded out because he refused to play the part they wrote for him. Not the script on screen, but the silent script behind closed doors.
That's what they all end up saying at the end of the day. Kevin told you he wasn't gonna wear no dress until...
No. Oh, no.
So they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you? It's okay.
And this is exactly what Katt Williams has been shouting about for years. People used to clown him, calling him bitter, calling him crazy. But now, folks are waking up and realizing Katt was spilling facts the whole time, and that's exactly why they tried so hard to shut him down.
I'm gonna turn down $50 million. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
They didn't want his truth messing up their setup. Katt's always said Hollywood tests you. And sure, the public loves to zero in on the whole men in dresses thing. But according to Katt, it ain't even about the dress. That's just the surface. It's really about control and humiliation. Before they let you into that final inner circle, they want to see if you'll cross your own boundaries. Do something that deep down you know you'd never agree to if you had full power. And the second you give in, they own you. You're locked in.
That's what makes information so powerful is, you don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about does following the ritual work. Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. So like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not. It's a weird thing. It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is.
But Katt didn't stop there. He took it even deeper, on a spiritual level. He straight up said this industry ain't just shady, it's dark. He started connecting those so-called dress rituals to even more disturbing rumors. Talk about secret elite circles and some kind of twisted power worship. And nah, it ain't just costume play. Katt claimed it's really about sacrifice, submission, and giving yourself over to something way bigger than Hollywood's glitz and glam.
20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things will become popular in the future.
This ain't just about roles. It's about power, spirit, and control. Now let's bring it back to Larenz Tate. This man had it all. Talent, looks, respect, a loyal fan base. He was built for long-term greatness. But then he vanished. Not because he wasn't fire, but because he probably made it to that secret door and chose not to walk through it. Larenz has hinted in interviews, he didn't just fall off. He walked away. He refused to sell out. He saw the bait and didn't bite. But it wasn't just about the roles he turned down. Larenz started talking and saying the type of stuff that makes Hollywood squirm. He spoke up about something most black actors are told to hush about, the pay gap. While Hollywood keeps preaching about diversity and inclusion, Larenz called out the real issue. Black actors still getting shortchanged, even when they bring the same talent, the same box office numbers, and the same loyal fan base as their white counterparts.
We work twice as hard to get twice as less as our counterparts, right? And that being said, we're not valued. I believe we're supposed to be valued. So those budgets are really important for us so that we can have the kind of quality that we can present to the consumer. And the smaller the budget, the more creative you have to get. And we don't have resources oftentimes as our white counterparts.
That's not something the industry wants public. They expect black actors to smile, take the scraps, and feel lucky just to be there. But once you start asking for fair pay and real power, that's when the quiet retaliation starts. They make calls, shut doors, and try to label you difficult. Just ask Taraji P. Henson or Monique. The second they said something about being undervalued, they were branded ungrateful, hard to work with, or straight up blacklisted. Meanwhile, white actors can ask for millions and get called smart and business savvy.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. The math ain't mathing.
So no, Larenz didn't vanish because he lacked talent. He vanished because he spoke the truth. And in that town, truth comes with a price. But Larenz Tate didn't just speak up about the money, he went even deeper. He called out the illusion behind Hollywood's so-called diversity. Because just putting black faces in front of the camera and cutting them a check, that ain't real change. Larenz pointed out the real issue. Who's behind the camera? Who's writing the scripts? Who's choosing which stories get told and which ones get buried forever? As long as the same people hold the power, it's just a show, a performance. Representation without control, that's just window dressing. Nothing more than a distraction.
Deal is we don't own any platform the way we should. There's a few black-owned platforms, but we don't have a lot of outlets. We don't have as many. So we're not sort of governing over these entities or these corporations to say, hey, you guys have a great story, y'all want to tell it, and there's money to be made, come here. So when we do find those places, everybody's trying to go through one keyhole. Everybody's trying to go through one tunnel. And even when you go to non-black-owned places, they'll tell you to go over there, because they have to find value in what we do. And that's changing quite a bit as we're making it very clear.
And that's why Hollywood didn't just cancel Larenz, they silenced him, quietly. No scandal, no smear campaign. just locked him out the game like he never existed. That's how they move when someone's too clean to drag and too principled to control.
Historically, Hollywood has always taught us we don't translate overseas or worldwide.
Right.
But when you start traveling and you go everywhere and you can't walk down the street, you then know that there's been somebody telling you something all along that's wrong. And my true belief as to why they do it is because Hollywood likes to sort of devalue black artists and you know, black folk, because you know, you get super talented people at a discounted rate. You get a Hollywood likes to get really talented black folks and get them at a discounted rate. Only, you know, certain superstars that can hit that level that they would feel like they would put a machine behind. But the truth of the matter is, we do translate because we're humans just like everyone else.
And
they bury you in silence, but the truth always finds a way out. And with Katt Williams bringing up Larenz's name again, that ain't random. It means something. The system knows the real ones talk eventually. You can only keep the truth bottled up for so long. Larenz didn't fall off. He escaped. And now, that truth is starting to leak through the cracks. So now it's your turn. What do you think happened to Larenz Tate? Did he say no to the rituals Katt warned us about? Was it all about being underpaid? Or is it even deeper than we thought? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Hit that bell so you never miss a drop, and I'll see you in the next one.